Shanti, Shanti. Let me tell you something that I have witnessed with many of seekers, students, scientists who have walked with me on the path of Æthrian. These people I met in my lifespan, and I always say that Æthrian is not new, it's ancient, older than time, older than reality. It was there. It was never born, so it was never destroyed. It is out of the cycle of destruction and reconstruction. So most of the people think of chakras as something vague or mystical, but actually they are far more real. The chakras, they are far more real, but people think they are just elusive talking of some yogis or some other such kind of people, alternative people who think such like things. Nowadays how we think about such things. We have forgotten our path. We have forgotten our way of life. So not just spirituality, but biologically, psychologically, energetically, chakras are important. And the nadis, the channels, the energy channels in your body, also considered as meridians in Chinese medicine, to say, they all are also real because they are inside your body. Total chakras, if you see, there are books, scriptures which explain there are 7,200 chakras, which are called the chakras, including major chakras and minor chakras. What are the major chakras? There are 7 chakras, conventionally talking, and there are 5 are related to your 5 elements and 2 are subtle, they are higher than the elements. They are called the elements. And one chakra is the chakra, I say Athara. The Athara chakra is just outside of your body, around your body, and that is what fills the whole around you, inside and outside you. The Æthrian energy is always there. So in total we have 8 major chakras. Let's begin with the 7 chakras first, and then we will try to explain the 8th chakra, the most subtle chakra. And these chakras are energy hubs, we can say, in our body, like neuroelectrical junctions, where the body, the breath, and the brain and the deeper mind meets together. In modern science, we could say chakras are biopsychological energetic vortexes. Another word, the vortex, the vortex. The spiral move like a tornado. So they are the vortexes that correlate with the endocrine system, the hormonal system in your body, nervous plexus, the nerve junctions, where they are crossing to each other, and emotional memories and conscious flow. The conscious is flowing, Æthera is flowing through that. Ætherian energy is flowing through that. Now let's walk step by step deeper in that subject, spiral by spiral through the 7 chakras before we reach the mysterious 8th chakra. So the first chakra is Mooladhara, the Mooladhara, Adhar means the base, Moola means the real, Moola is the root in Sanskrit, and Adhara is the base where you sit, for example, the asana, the altar. So Mooladhara is the root chakra in simple translation. Where it is located in your body? It is located in your body at the base of your spine, just where your tailbone, just under that, where you sit, in your sitting position, where you touch the asana, the altar where you sit, the chair where you sit. Or obviously in yoga we sit on ground, so when you touch the earth, the ground, that's why it's an earth element. It represents your earth element in your body, the most gross element. Scientifically, they explain it very deeply, and they talk about it is linked to your adrenal glands, adrenal medullas near to your kidneys, and spinal nerves, and fight and flight response that you get from your sympathetic nervous system. So there are three total nervous system we divide when we study in a central nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, that is autonomic nervous system, 2 parts of it. And we have more parts related to that will come in coming subjects. So anyway, so this is earth element related to this chakra that we must remember. So this is your survival base. It governs how safe you feel in your body, in your home, in your identity itself, how safer you feel. In modern term, it is linked with many other elements, emotions like so the first chakra, the Mooladhara, is the one that activates when you are in danger, fight and flight response. So what happens? You activate this in your danger and trauma and fear and insecurity. And Æthrian, we breathe here first and calling in the root presence, what it means. In Æthrian journey, the first chakra is correlated with your breath, with your presence, with your being. And that is the root presence of you on this earth, in this universe, and the gross form of your consciousness, whole consciousness, as represented by this root chakra, the Mooladhara. Second chakra, we have what will be the second chakra? Second chakra, Swadhisthana. Sthana means the place, like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Kurdistan. You have Sthana. the name of the tribe or the people living there, plus the place, the sthana, where they live. Similarly, you have Swadhisthana. Swadhist means Swada, means in Sanskrit the taste. So it's correlated to the taste. Sthana means the place where you find this element. And which element? That is a water. So why water is related to the taste? On daily basis, you have your tongue, the organ of taste. If you want to taste, your tongue must not be dry. There must be some liquid, some water in your mouth. That's why our watery mouth we have. When we see something to eat, to taste, and we like the taste, speckles, mouth start making the water so that we can taste it good. And that's why if you like the food, you are attracted to the food, and you want really to taste it, then what happens? You have watery mouth, water coming mouth. I want to taste it. So Swadhisthana, the taste. Scientifically it's tied to your reproductive organs also, because this is another type of sensation related to the taste, the swada. So there are different gunas out of this, the different natures, aspects of emotions. Out of this one is the taste. And it's also one of your sense. Like for first chakra, you have earth element, now we have water element. So it is related to your reproductive organs, it is related to your creativity, because creation starts with the creativity and leads to the reproduction or production. You produce something in outer world, in inner world. All that is created by someone is related to Swadhisthana, because you have the feeling to create something. And then you create it through your creative energy. And it's related to your limbic brain, the brain area. This is where the emotions and the desires make a spiral. And the spiral originates, we can say more correctly, at this area, at this chakra. Sacral is about how we flow. Sexual energy, pleasure, shame, creativity, all arise from here. It's deeply connected to the dopamine production, the endorphins, dopamines, you produce. Then you feel lucky, enjoyable. The hormones of happiness, dopamine, leads, because you see, when you feel the taste, you enjoy it, you like the taste, and then your body produces kind of these hormones, dopamines, and you feel good after eating something. Swadhisthana. Similarly, it is also related to the oxytocin bonding, the bonding, the relation, that's why the hardest, one of the hardest bondage to break is the food. The relation between food and us is very much deeply bonded due to this taste, due to this Swadhisthana chakras. So if you control this chakra, you control your hunger. You have power to control your hunger. You decide when you eat, not your body, not your mind. not the feeling of the taste, and you have the watery mouth. And that is also related to your relationships. Your oxytocin is related to your relationship, relation of mother and a daughter or son. The child is much bonded from the oxytocin. That's why mother have special relation, because when the child born, the mother have milk in her breast, and when this all phenomena happen, this all happen due to her activation of this chakra in a special way, that the body start producing this oxytocin, and that bond is, the relation is much stronger between mother and the child as compared to father. Father is more rigid, mother is emotional, because she is the source of oxytocin here. So in Æthrian path, we teach the ritual of fluid, the ritual of fluid fire to awaken it. So there are some specific rituals done in Æthrian to awaken this chakra. There are some exercises. There are all the meditation activities which you do. Maybe it is guided meditation, whether it is just sitting still meditation, whether it is a walking meditation. All the meditations we say, so-called meditation, they are not meditation. It is just a preparation to start, sit and learn, to reach to the state of meditation. Anyway, to awaken this chakra, we need a fluid fire ritual. That will be discussed elsewhere. So then you have third chakra, the Manipura chakra. The Manipura chakra is related to the area on your belly where you have the navel. Normally they say it's the navel chakra, the solar plex chakra, because it's related to the fire element. So it's a solar plex. Where is the fire? Fire is inside you on this chakra, around this chakra. Element of fire is also in the sun, in a small lamp. Everywhere there is a fire element. Everything in this universe have a content of fire inside. The possibility to create fire is also the fire element. So basically this is your inner sun. Your willpower, self-worth, courage, such kind of thing comes from this chakra. If we talk scientifically, enteric nervous system. What is enteric nervous system? Because you see it is related, this chakra is seated to the navel area. So I say an area, navel area, maybe little up, little down. Maybe one side, other side. So around your navel area, it is your Manipura chakra. What is money? Money is not money. Money in Sanskrit is a precious stone, like a diamond, like any other precious stone. So the collective name for these precious stones, we call them the money, because they have the power of illuminating themselves, these stones. So the name represents the solar plex, the sun, as the sun, illuminate itself by burning it. So fire element is a Manipura chakra. Like when you have the sitting of your first chakra, you remember it is the base where you sit, where you touch the earth, the base of the spine especially. It's your first chakra. And then you have second chakra, that is Swadhisthana. This is related to the area, reproductive area, specifically in the males, the area we can point out on the prostate area, the pubic area, just above the pubic area, just one finger above the pubic area, which starts your Swadhisthana chakra. Similarly, when we go to the third chakra, it starts around your navel. Specifically, we can't tell it why, because this is your connection with your mother when you are in the womb of your mother, the connection, the code. You lived nearly 9 months with your mother. You were fed your oxygen, all the energy what you need provided by mother through the code. And all the senses are still. It's just all the senses you get through this code from your mother. So even the electric connection, emotional connection, all are there through mama. Now when the child born, we have to cut it or it breaks. The connection breaks and the first breath starts. At that time the traumas happen. That is the first childhood trauma at the first breath at your birth. And then the placement of this chakra, the pinpoint position of this chakra varies from child to child, from person to person. So this is the inner sun, we say. Your willpower, your self-worth, your courage, your power to do something. That's why it's related to the leadership, the control, and also related to the shame, depressions. When you are low, your energy of fire is low, you suffer many psychological problems, many internal issues. This all come from here. Many paranoid things what we do in our life, like many psychic problems, you can say. The people with multiple personalities, bipolars, ADHD problem, aggression, all come from this. Even your blood pressure related to these chakras over here. So the control of this chakra, the Manipura chakra, the fire, who controlled the fire in ancient time, the fireman, the fire keeper was more important than any other, and mostly they were the priests in the clan, in the tribe. So they control the fire. So they were one of the most powerful people, even powerful than the muscularly powerful, the leader of the clan, or the king, or the sardar, or the head of the clan. Why? Because the priests have the firehouse. You know how to create it. You know how to control it. He is the keeper of the fire. So the fire element is very much important for social life, for internal life, for external life. Without fire, there is nothing. Without sun, there is no life. That's why when sun set, the birds go home and we also come lazy. The natural phenomena of life goes away. Go to the sleep. Go to the partial death of life cycle. So without sun, no life. So this Manipuri chakra is related to the life. Swadhisthana is related to the creation, production, reproduction. And the first chakra provides the element, the earth, the gross material to create something. So Manipura chakra has the power to control that process. So it's very important also for creation. To put the life in the creation, in the child, comes from this chakra. That's why this chakra is related to the connection between child and mother. The Æthrian spiral breath for gut to soul rewiring begins here. From gut, you make the spiral and it reaches to the soul. There are some specific meditations, the breathing techniques that we do, where you breathe in till this chakra, till your navel, you can say, and then we breathe out till all the negativity, all the extra energy go out of you. That's one of the exercise related to that. And it is enteric area, the intestinal area. So one of your memory is related to here, that we call the gut brain memory scientifically. So you have the second brain here. So this is also related to the memory. The memories of the past life. Many memories are related to gut brain axis. Stays here, related to this chakra. And then you have your willpower comes from here. Your self-worth comes from here. The next chakra is the fourth chakra. Anahata. The heart chakra. So it's actually it's in the middle of your chest, at the level of your heart, in this area, because the nearest organ, the vital organ here, is your heart and lungs. So it's related to your air element. Through the lungs you breathe, the air. Basically, you are not breathing air or oxygen. You are breathing in the prana, the life force, which is sitting on the molecules of oxygen. It's not about oxygen. There are trees, they live through this element, but they don't take the oxygen, they take the carbon dioxide as their carrier of prana. The carrier of prana can be anything. In bizarre situation, there are some microorganisms, they live on nitrogen. So their carrier of prana, the life force, is not oxygen, not carbon dioxide, but it's a nitrogen. So it can be any element, any air element which can carry the vital force prana. So this is related to the air element. And where it is located, as I told, is related to your lungs and your heart. And why the name Anahata? Just when you say Anahata, so a sound is produced without clapping, without friction. The primordial sound, like the sound called Om, is not produced by two things coming together and produced rubbing each other or clapping each other or hitting each other. It's not due to collision, it's not due to the rubbing of two things, but it's created by one thing. And that one thing produced the sound of silence, as in our Om. meditation, you learn all these kind of things. So Anahata Nath, the sound, the Nath, the Swara, the string of that music which created everything, the primordial sound is also Anahata. So if you want to learn this primordial sound meditations based on Om mostly, is it to say, or such kind of other musical meditations you do, you listen to some relaxing music, it all goes to your heart. That's why you feel something near to your heart chakra when you are listening a specific music. It can be techno also. It can be some fluid, calmly played by Krishna. It can be anything which touches your heart. Any sound which touches your heart. Because this sound, any sound is created when it is in the stillness. When it's a quiet sound, that it reaches all music. So always I say it's not the 7 notes in this chakra. In the music, there is the 8th one, that is the silence, the pause. If you don't have pause in between the notes and between the 2 thoughts, the 2 beats, the music is not possible. So music happens due to that anahat, the silent sound, the sound of silence. The silent note is more important. While we are talking, we can't keep on talking. We are talking and we're just stopping. The pause. More the pause prominent, more effective is the speech. So, anahata, the sound of silence. It's a very beautiful chakra. It's related to all your emotions, emotional memories, and your reaction, action-reaction related to it. The day-to-day life, all is related to the heart. So if you use your heart, if you use this chakra, if you use this vital energy from this chakra to make decisions, there will be no war, there will be no conflict. Every conflict comes from the brain when we start thinking through the mind. We will come to this also. So scientifically it is connected to your thyroid gland, your thymus gland. You know, this is this area. They are created, not directly, but somewhere they are connected. And it's mostly connected to your vagus nerve because it's not far. Your vagus nerve, which controls your stress, the balance of emotions and action comes from vagus nerve. So to calm down the vagus nerve, you have to concentrate on your heart chakra. You can control the vagus nerve, the irritated vagus nerve, by positive emotions created by the heart chakra, the positive energy created by the heart chakra. The practice of the heart spiral, listening, that is the spiral, the sounds, love happening in your heart. In this spiral, when you start listening, in Æthrian has met emotional valves, emotional walls. He's my enemy. I don't like him. I hate him. All this hatred which creates the boundaries between the emotions and the people. These emotions all will dissolve, melt out, fall. And it restores the flow of oxytocin in you. The bondage, the relations become more prominent when it is done through the heart chakra. 5th chakra. 5th chakra is Vishuddha. Shuddha, Vishuddha is the pure. It's related to the purity. The purest element out of 5 elements is the ether. Ether. Somewhere we have the Æthrian name from this element also. So this is space. What is space? We have 4 elements. I can touch, I can feel. The 5th element. What is this 5th element? Ether. Where it is? It's little subtle. It's subtle. It's one of the purest form of the elements. And it is the first element created in this universe was the space, the place. It's not space, but in English it's a very short term to explain this element. So we can say we have 4 elements, and where you put these elements. You have a cup, you want to put water, air, earth, you want to put any element in it, or all the 4 elements. The space, the emptiness, the possibility of creation happens here of all 4 elements. The subtle form of these 4 elements is called the ether. Where it is located? Here, where you have your voice box, throat, the voice, the communication. Why we are humans, not chimpanzees? Because we can talk, we can communicate. And that skill we don't learn through our DNA. DNA have influence to create that vocal cords more prominently. But if you don't use them, due to some disease, there are people can't use them. They are born with disease, or they acquire disease. They can't speak. The speech comes from this chakra. It is so very complex. The creation of speech, what I'm talking now, is our ancestral memory. For millions of years, the rectification of communication led to today's speech, the languages, the complexity of all the literature. Everything comes from this chakra, the throat chakra. So we can give the knowledge which can create the wisdom through this chakra. The books come in existence because we started communicating the knowledge from one person to another, from elder to the child, from one generation to another generation, through this chakra. So it's a very much subtle chakra related to ether element. It's related to your thyroid. You have thyroid here. So it controls your thyroid gland, the vocal cords, where all the speech happens. It's controlled by this chakra. Expressions, all expression, how we express our feelings, our emotions, that comes from this chakra. Like dog also has this chakra. All what chakras we have, animals have also. But the energy level is low and high. Due to that, they are animals and we are kind of humans, or worse type of animal, I always say. Anyway, so this chakra is the chakra of communication also. So when you develop this chakra, your communication develops automatically. I've seen many people, They were introvert. I was one of them. So I just was a quite shy child in my childhood. One suddenly, I start meditating from my childhood actually, but suddenly one day come, I think that day was when my this chakra, the throat chakra was activated somehow. I started talking. I talk every aspect of the life with every type of person on this earth I come in contact. I, I kept on talking until now I'm talking. So this stimulates. If you do the stimulation is positive, it leads to the communication. You become better communicator. And due to traumas, childhood traumas, or your past life traumas, or your ancestral traumas that you get from your ancestors, sometimes this chakra is blocked somewhere. And that energy channeling is not happening properly. And then you have this blockage. You can't stand in front of people and talk. And this blocks you to be the leader. Whatever the fire element you have inside you, so much positively energies you have, but you can't communicate, you can't be a leader. Many people just choked when they go speak on the stage in front of few people. Many people can give many big speeches, can talk, and very popular. When they put it on the camera, suddenly they are blocked. There are big actors, when they faced first time camera, they were blocked. They were not knowing what to say, what to do. So this is the aspect of this chakra, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha, the pure chakra, representing the purity. So this chakra in Æthrian, we call it the sound of the spiral. The spiral is moving, energy is moving, creates some sound. Æthrian sound, we say. That vibration, the vibration, when you practice this vibration using ancient tones again, all these tones which we have, our alphabets, for example, they come from when Shiva play his damaru is one of his instrument he have which produce the sound. So this sound was produced by Shiva first time in the time when he danced in his first Tandava, the dance of creation as a Nataraja, well-known Nataraja, statue of Shiva, where all the construction and destruction and reconstruction happening was represented by this Nataraja Shiva deity. And there is also fire element, there is all the elements, and Shiva, the Nataraja, is dancing and playing with these elements to create things. So the first vibrations produced by Shiva, the alphabets came from Shiva, the Sanskrit alphabets actually. The other languages we created, other alphabet we human created, but the basic sounds that when the child born there is no book he's reading and talking or saying it, and it just happens automatically. We don't use our tongue in starting now. Oh, ah, we don't say mo. It's see, the lips movement. That's why we have om, ooh, ma. So 3 pronomian first sounds the child can make. It comes automatically, it was given by Shiva. That's why in every language we start with a, o, ma kind of sounds, Anyway, so this is our fifth chakra, Vishuddha, the throat chakra. And we have a sixth chakra, Anya chakra. So now the five elements are finished. Five senses you have under control. You have five elements under control. Now it's the fifth element you have control. After that level, you come to the sixth, subtle area, where it is in between your two eyes, between your eyebrow. You have this chakra here, symbolically to say this area. So it's in between two eyes. They also say it third eye. Anya chakra, where you get the wisdom, the chakra of Gyan. And what it represents? It represents the light. The light produced not by your sun, not by firing, not by burning something, the light, eternal light. In Æthra we say eternal light. And that Æthrian eternal light, the luminous, is on this chakra. The third, when you illuminate, and you are illuminated inside yourself, that illumination is caused by this chakra. What is illumination? Illumination is the wisdom. The eternal illumination comes from your wisdom. When you become so aware, after controlling these five elements and five senses, you reach to your sixth sense. And that sense is the wisdom, the sense of intuition. It's all happening in this chakra, this energy level. It's related to your pineal gland. So actually, you have the third eye between your eyebrows. When you draw a line through till your skull, and make one line from up the tip of your head, perpendicular to it, on 90 degrees. When they cross somewhere, this area is your third eye chakra internally. It's very much safeguarded, you see. It's other elements, other chakras, you can stimulate whenever you want physically also. But this chakra can be stimulated only eternally from inside. Yeah, so your guru can stimulate. He can touch your forehead in a specific style with his hand. Or by just looking on that. Some master, some guru, or higher in energy, can transform you through this chakra. Osho was well known about it. My uncle told me, and many others. He said when he gives you the diksha to become, the initiation ceremony, what he did, they say he just touched your forehead with his fingers or thumb, and he will say Om in your ear, and you feel a big electric shock inside you. Whole of you will change. He will transform you by touching. Similarly, Swami Vivekananda, another example, this tradition happened. Similarly, I believe when Jesus was given some special knowledge, the prophetical knowledge, from one prophet to another, which is passed on. So you have passed on. It's given by him. It is the first time when he did say the dope. And Johann, the prophet, put him in the water, in the river, and then bring him out a new man. Jesus was reborn there. That's why we have the ritual of doping using the water element. Similarly, there are other traditions. There are many stories. When the time comes, we can discuss about it also. So this is the sixth chakra, Anya chakra, third eye, pineal gland. So your circadian rhythm, that your intuitive processing, your creativity, your the feelings related to your sixth sense, all come from this chakra. More you activate this chakra, more wisdom you create in you, not knowledge. That's why when you activate this chakra, okay, you can talk through your fifth chakra, you can communicate, you can tell many things that the knowledge that you acquired from here and there, from books, from talk, from your past experiences, maybe from this life, from another life, your ancestral memories, that all bring you one kind of knowledge. And all the knowledge that we have, we get from somewhere. What the purest form, the essence of knowledge is the wisdom. And that wisdom, we are born with it. We have the seed in us on this third eye level. So when you stimulate this, suddenly the Pandora box opens. I have experienced that with many people, or there are past times, many seers, many monks. They were illiterate, and suddenly, when this third eye is open, they start feeling that wisdom, and due to that wisdom, all the knowledge poured on him that they have never acquired. Some people are born with these chakras already open. That can be any chakra, any level, And depending on that, they have special talents. There are kids born in India, they can recite, like Shankaracharya, who's the creator of the today's Hindu infrastructure, the religious hierarchy and all, the temple hierarchy, the modern, what we see now, is created by Shankaracharya, and he was just from the deep South India, some village. So they say when he was born, he was already can recite. When he starts talking, he recited all the Vedas, and you can discuss precious because such kind of people are born with their already activated chakras. Like he was having that capacity also, even he was a baby, because they carry that energy from the past lives. So such monks, such seeds, such great people, when they come to this earth, they come with some purpose. And they become the prophets, they become the Buddhas, they become the avatars, or they just stay calm and do their duty and go. All don't come out and say, I am the Jesus, I am the Muhammad, I am the Krishna. Not all write books or give Bhagavad Gita. They stay subtle, invisible to normal people. But they come with their chakras open and they do their duty, their part, and then they pass on. They don't die, they pass on. So another chakra we have is seventh chakra, Sahasrara, the crown chakra. This area, the crown, where the Jewish people or Muslim people, Even the Sikhs, they cover their head in a specific way. There are other traditions they do. Most of the traditions, they prefer that the woman who have the higher energy, the subtle energy, the spiritual energy more higher due to her build up, her sensitive heart chakra, the oxytocin is higher in a woman. So they cover their head. So this represents the crown chakra, actually. And which element is that? It's the cosmic element, the tattva, the element, the primordial element, where all the elements come out. It's there. Now what science says? Science says it's connected to your cerebral cortex, default mode network, what kind of mode you are in. Can be happy, sad, all kind of emotional, such kind of things, the modes you have, different moods you have, all this happens through this chakra. And connection between one human to another, one identity actually to another. I can make connection with the grass plant, a small plant. I can have connection with some small animal or big animal, and they can emit me through this chakra. If we can do that, due to this chakra, we can experience that mysteries of this universe we call the mystical states we can reach through this chakra. And you reach on this level after acquiring the wisdom from your knowledge. By controlling all the 5 elements, you reach to the wisdom. After that, when you activate your last body, in your body, the last chakra, the 7th chakra, you become mystical. You can experience this mysticism and you can talk about the internal experiences. This is not just a spiritual poetry I'm talking about. It's the song of silence happening here. To touch the knowledge, to touch the wisdom, now you become the mystic on this level. So thousands, as it is explained by Buddhists and by Hindus very beautifully, when this chakra stimulates, it's thousands of petals of the flower of consciousness opens. So thousands of aspects come out. It cannot be explained in words. It has to be experienced. I can tell you about earth element. I can tell you because you can touch it. You can feel these 5 elements. You have these 5 senses. I can explain the taste, the smell, the hearing, the speaking. But I can't explain you. You have to experience it. And I welcome you to the first step by listening to this video. This is your first step. And you are welcome to this, the mystical area. One day you will feel it. You will experience it. So this is the crown chakra. When you activate it, what happens? The default mode network, DMN they say, of your brain is activated. We are reflecting. We reflect on subjects. We are meditating. Even the meditation is not you are doing meditation, meditation happening to you. You are 100% in the meditation. Having many, and due to this meditative state, you have the mystical experiences. That's why we call it also the mystic state of mind. It's all related to this gem, this 1,000-petal gem. When we meditate deeply or feel awake in this area, the DMN rewires. So that's why, okay, you acquired that nirvana, but this doesn't stop for Buddha on that. He continued. Prophet Muhammad never stopped. When the Quran was revealed to him, the Gabriel told him the essence of wisdom. Arjuna never stopped. He keep on continuing. Even Lord himself came to him and preached him Bhagavad Gita. So here the continuity goes on. Here you are not controlling anything. Here you are merging in that cosmic element, the tattva. So you are not, there is no keeper of this cosmic element. For 5 elements, you have the keepers. But for this, you merge with it. You become it. But you are it. Everybody, everything comes from that tattva. That's why it's known as tattva gyan, this primordial element, knowledge, the wisdom, and that is acquired through this chakra. The name for this chakra in Sanskrit is Sahasrara. Sahasrara, where everything is just happening. So, by opening the Sahasrara chakra, the spiral of the stillness, a core Æthrian meditation. When you reach on this, there's the core meditation from Ætheria, we say, happening. And it's always happening. We are just not aware. So when we are aware of that meditative state, of that mystical meditative state, this happened. It's happening always. Then we become what we are. No more, no less. So these are the 7 chakras. Now we go to our 8th chakra, the chakra which I have told you is Æthrian chakra actually. It comes under the philosophy of Æthra. That's why the name is Æthra chakra, the transparent chakra. So you know the fire element, the illuminating itself, like a sun, by burning. When you burn yourself, you produce the heat in your body, and that's it creates this life force. That's why you are living. But there is another illumination in your body. That is your third eye. You get illuminated with the wisdom. But we have another level. So where it is located, just not touching your body, just above you touch. Still here you can feel the cold and heat. I always feel heat here. The Sahasrara is a little activated now. It's a morning time. After prayers it's more high, So I feel more heat here. So on this level of your skull, this area around your body, around all your resistance, is this eighth chakra. It's a transparent. It's a crystal. It's represented by the purest crystal. The transparency. Æthrian Chakra. So it's not located in the body, it's just around and above the body. Just above the body. Then you create the Sahasrara energies, this boil out, but it stay around you. It creates your aura. That is the aura chakra. There are different sub layers for each chakra. But basically, collectively, we call them one chakra. So this is Æthrian Chakra. So what happens here? Everything you know, everything you feel, everything that you have become arises within it. So this is the higher level, from where all is dictated to you. This is where decided what is you are going to be, to become, manifest, good or bad, nice or angry, you know. So they happen here. The science might call this the electromagnetic torus field. They call it. So you know, scientists, they like complexity. So they give very complex names nowadays in their complex language. They can also call it the biofield of human consciousness. It's easy, you know. So you have the consciousness inside you from these 7 chakras, different levels. So these are different layers of your subconscious actually, and then you reach to your conscious here when you activate your Sahasrara. But this is little higher than that. This is your biofield. You know, you have the magnet, the gross magnet, right? But the magnetic field is much more than that. It's spread so far, even we can't detect with simple instruments. So it's a biomagnetic field of consciousness. So here you can say some quantum theorists, they talk even, or they refer about it as the 0 point field. The 0 point field in quantum philosophy, you know, in quantum science nowadays is popular, you know, but it's not that came down. We came aware about it now. It was always there. And there were many yogis and rishis and prophets and avatars who were having that knowledge, you know. So the infinite potential in which all the energies vibrate before becoming in a form, from their quantum, their sub-quantum particle level, or actually the strings. So we can say the strings from the, if we go too deep to the string theory, the strings are created in this level. So the creation happens somewhere here. And then we get the vibrations become the form. The Om become the Brahma. The Brahma become the Vishnu. And who did it? The Shiva. Because he was not a creator, he was Not created, so he cannot be destroyed. But Brahma have his lifestyle. Whatever Brahma creates is known as Brahman, the acts of Rama, the universes in Sanskrit. You know, the universe is told as Brahma, the Brahman, the act of Brahma, the creation of Brahma. And he don't create one, he creates infinite universes. Then he create. So who destroyed? Shiva. And who manage it? Vishnu. And Vishnu has to manage it, have responsibility. So he reborn as different types of avatars. And when he born, he died. The birth of Krishna, birth of Rama, birth of other avatars is documented, and their death also. Jesus born and died. Muhammad born and died. The prophets die. The monks born and die. The star born and die. The planets born and get destructed. This is the universal phenomena. It's so magnific, so nice. I admire it. I love it. I love to understand it. Not understand actually. I love to experience it. I don't want to change it. I don't want that whoever create this universe change the phenomena. No, the phenomena is malefic. My perception through my five senses plus the sixth sense of Æthrian Chakra may be destructive. That's why I perceive, I see the wrong in it. Wrong in the creation. No, creation is perfect. Our perceptions are misguided, misleading. In a Æthrian path, the eighth chakra is awakened not by trying to activate it. You know, you can activate other chakras with the sounds, with colors, by looking at specific colors, using specific kind of clothes, specific colors, concentrating on the light, on the sun, on the moon, on the planets, just mere by looking, focusing, you can activate those chakras. Even all 7 chakras you can activate. But the 8th chakra cannot be activated. It can only be experienced because it's already activated. It's never deactivated because it's not created. So it's not destroyed. It is always there. So just by being in present, being aware, you can feel it. You have to be calm, still. You can feel it. You have to be empty from your ego, and you can feel it. When you despair, can you feel it? So the 8th chakra is not made to be activated, deactivated, or even experienced or felt. That's why we can't say about it much. We have to just reach there on this state through the mystical experiences of 7th chakra. But what are the symptoms if you have this awakening of 8th chakra, we can say? So you no longer identify only with your body, you see, or even your soul. So even the soul is not there. But no, how can be the body there? You sense yourself as a field of intelligent awareness. Your intuition accelerated. You have intuition from your third eye already activated. You are intuitive, but it's accelerated to very higher level. You begin to create things without any resistance. Internally or externally, you can create things because you have reached to the level where every creation starts. Every quantum particle coming out. That is the tattva, the subtle, the basic of everything. So you don't react much at this level. Just stop. There are no emotions, no relations to yourself or to other because soul is gone. People believe in trinity, body, mind, spirit, soul, call it like that. Or it's a higher than that. And that happens on this chakra, the pure consciousness, the Æthrian consciousness, the super meta consciousness. It's not a fantasy for me. It is happening there. Just go and experience these 7 chakras. And then you have the wisdom to experience the 8th chakra. I have witnessed this with some people I come across to my journey of this life. They doubted. They were against. They were communists. They were atheists, or I say theist or atheist. Both are same on some level. You go to just read some books and some scriptures and talk about this. You are theist. You are theologist. You are pandit. You are priest. The priests are not illuminated, even they do every day their prayer. They are praying still. They are begging for that. No, scriptures say you don't need to beg. It's your right to have. Just do in the right way. Meditate. Even Jesus say, meditate on your scriptures. Read your scriptures and then meditate on it. But due to political, religious drama, they eliminated the meditation part because they don't want, the religious leader, the priesthood don't want that you get eliminated. Then you don't need a church, you don't need a temple, you don't need any mosque. So welcome to the field of chakras. And I invite you to experience this through different kind of meditations. So that was the brief explanation about chakras because the purpose is simple. In coming videos, I will explain one on another way of meditation. There will be some guided meditation, there will be some awareness meditation, there will be some meditations where you just learn what to do. For that to do, this is the fundamental basic for such meditations. Now, most of the meditations that we will discuss will be based on only one thing, that is the Shiva Sutra, the scriptures from Shiva, the story of his first night with his wife. There he explains all about the meditation, how you can experience it, how you can become aware about it. So most of my meditations will be based on it, but it's not my meditation. These are the meditations created by our ancestors and the Adi Guru. The ancestors of all ancestors is the Shiva. And that's why it's given by him. And it's 108 methods. Some they say it's 112, some they say it's 118, whatever. And he told his wife that is not end of these methods. It's a beginning. Anybody in future can come, modify it to create another, to feel, to become another method. So all future meditation will be based on these Shiva Sutra meditations. Thank you for listening. I think this is it. Om Bhurбhavasvah Om Tassaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo nam prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.